game, and here are your starting lineups. We'll talk a little bit about today's game here in just a sec. We have a number 7 sophomore Anna Nielsen, number 25 Delaney Sullivan, a sophomore this year, number 26 a junior Emma Getz. We have a number 15, Whitney Hansen. She's a junior this year. Number 13 Annabelle Knockhazel. She's a sophomore. Number 12 a freshman Mason Morton. And then we also have number 20, Haley Lytle. She's a senior this year. Number 8, a junior, Abby Copeland. Number 17, Mia Copeland. Number 10, Demi Stauffenberg. She's a junior this year. Number 1, our keeper today, will be Seneca Kale. Now for the opposing team for Lyman. Number 2, Aspen Black. Number 3, coming in for Jackson, Jade Whiting. We have number 6, Emma Nelson. Number 8, Taylor Hill, Number 10, Rachel Jensen. Number 11 today, a senior, Kaylin Woodruff. Number 13, a junior, Charlie Rose. We have number 17, Addie Nelson. Number 22, Braxton Bergner. That's it for your starting lineups here. We're seeing them wave in on the field here. A gorgeous day, folks, just a slight breeze. It's going to be about 40 degrees throughout today's contest. It's going to get a little cooler for the boys' game, however. But talking to both coaches today, everyone's feeling great, and they're ready for the contest. You can actually hear Coach Shaw over here trying to get some cheers going from the crowd to support these Lady Tigers. If you'll remember, on Friday, both Lander teams fell to Jackson, although have had a very great contest. They both coaches talked about what they needed to work on and saying that, they're going to figure it out today and start getting their season going. So we're getting ready for the contest, lining up in the center circle. On Friday, it was gorgeous weather. It was about 50 degrees all day, a little cooler today, and not as much sunshine, but starting to warm up here at Bill Bush Stadium. Lining up in the center circle. Lyman's Whiting getting ready for the kick. She goes over to Bergner. Taken on with an aggressive start to the game. The Lander Tigers are making their way into the attacking third. This is where they start to assert how much space they're going to take up per play. Nice pass over to Abby Copeland. She'll kick it. It'll roll over to the wing. Picked up by the keeper for Lyman, Kenzie Sill. It'll be a free kick. Taylor Hill taking that one from Lyman. Lander will get a shoulder on it, but it'll blow dead from there. Rose of Lyman giving the ball up. Hill will take that. Scoping out her options. A deep kick headed by Lander. Hansen got a good head on that one. Taking control of the ball. We're seeing Lander make some progress. Trying to sneak through, getting into that penalty box with a shot on goal. And we have a goal. That is Sullivan with the first point of this game. Crazy time to score. Only a few minutes into this first half. We have 38 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Tigers lead 1-0 against Lyman. Not a bad way to start a ball game, folks. Lander taking control again. We have Getz making her way down the field. She'll get caught up in it. Blown dead by the ref. That'll be a free kick just outside of that penalty box. Not a bad place to start with that, though. Morton will be the one taking control of this. Ref tells her to go ahead. A deep kick, not quite there. There's less snow on the ground from last time. It looks like it started to melt a little bit, so maybe not as much snowdrift diving. They're going to take a goal kick from Jackson. Taking that out is Hill. Quite a bit of kicking power, but taken over by Sullivan, and their keeper will grab that. A full body throw from their keeper. A kick by Sullivan, unsuccessful. However, a great aggressive offense. They're going to drop the ball back. The Tigers trying to get away from Jackson's offense. The difference in, I want to say, not quite aggressive, but the difference in the Tigers from Friday, definitely trying to take charge of the ball early on. Taking it out of the penalty box is Morton. She'll kick that back in. Racing in to get it is Nelson from Lyman. Starting to get back into that danger zone. See if they can slip through the defensive Lyman. Gets kicking it over. A deep kick shot on goal from Hansen. Did not reach that end of the net, however. Hansen getting close to the sideline. Kicks it over to Sullivan. The Tigers keep meeting up with Lyman's keeper, Sill. Back in play. Jackson's struggling to get it away from Lander. Nielsen getting it in a good formation just before the penalty box. A shot on goal, and Lyman was able to get a hand on it. Shot on goal there by Getz. Nice dribbling so far by the Lady Tigers. 34 minutes to go in this half. Tigers up 1-0 versus Lyman. Getz taking it back behind the ref. Getting it over to Sullivan now. And taken with a deep foot. Jensen of Lyman, a pretty impressive player in the sense of she's just hungry for the ball. Copeland will follow that out. Mia Copeland. That was a toss in by Lyman, taken back out. Thrown in by Hansen. It'll be blown dead as it crosses that sideline. I want to invite you to join us for the halftime show today. That'll take place after this first half of play is over. We'll recap all the action that's happened so far in this first half of play, and also talk about some of our sponsors, talk about the upcoming schedule, and of course, we'll get you lined up for the boys' game as well. They will be playing directly after this game. That'll take place about 6 o'clock, so stay tuned here at wyotoday.com. taken in by Woodruff of Lyman. Jensen chasing it down in the wing, struggling to get it away from the Tigers. Ball across that goal line. Knock Hazel with the corner kick. We'll see if Lyman's keeper will rush forward and try to narrow those angles near that net. In by Knock Hazel. Didn't quite get over to the Tigers where she needed it. Corner kick by Knock Hazel. In. Gonna make it over to Sullivan. Lyman will barely get through there. And a shot on goal by Morton. Went up and over and through a puddle. You know, springtime in Wyoming. You're not sure if it's going to be snow or a puddle, but today it's both. Goal kick is going to go out by Lyman's Hill. A deep boot. They're going to call a foul. See where they're going to set up here. Be a free kick. Sullivan, a fierce contender when she's near this attacking third. Gets with a shot on goal, stopped by Lyman. Nelson will get a foot on that one. Staying tough with the heat is Hansen and Knock Hazel with another shot on goal. Hansen just wasn't able to get it between those two goalposts. Hill will take it out. Woodruff taking her time, but the Tigers not letting her. Slips through Getz, but she'll try to get it back. Sullivan on the move. Out on Lyman. On number 4, Kenzie Sill. Morton will throw it in. Coming again to that time, and it's a goal scored by the Lady Tigers. Getz with her first goal of the game. Sullivan and Getz are keeping that pressure so heavy near that 18-yard line. You just can't expect much better of a start to a game than this. So second score of the game, 29 minutes to go. Looking good for the Lady Tigers so far. Working out of the center circle. Lyman taking control. They haven't spent a lot of time on the defensive third of the Lander Tigers. Lytle gonna kick the ball out. Will come back, but be changed of direction again. Whistles will blow. Looks like that'll be against Delaney Sullivan. Lyman ball. Hill will take this from the free kick. Deep kick, had an interesting sound on that one. Getz taking it back. Lander's very skilled when it comes to dropping the ball back and then getting it across the field. It's a play that's working well for them so far during this contest against Lyman. The Lady Eagles struggling to get it past the halfway line of the Tigers. It's a nice day. It's a little chilly, but it has to feel good when you're running that much. Lytle over to Sullivan. Sullivan make her way through two Lyman players. It'll go back. Lytle getting a foot on it. Looks like it'll be out on Lyman. Bergner kicking it out of that sideline. I must have seen that differently because it's actually Lyman's ball. They'll take that in. Sill with a throw in. Morton heading downfield and returned by Hill. Throw in from the sideline by Abby Copeland. Sullivan with an almost lateral kick over to Getz. Getz feeling the heat of that 18 yards. She'll run up, and it'll be stolen by the keeper of Lyman, who will huck it out as far as possible. Black fighting for that back. Jensen will get it past the halfway line, back to Lander, with Sullivan just barely outside of that sideline. It'll be Lyman ball. Bergner. Hanson will have the ball taken away. Ooh, a nice trip there between, it looked like Getz and Lyman's Rose. Jensen lining up for a deep free kick. It looks like the referee is heading to administer a yellow card. Looks like that was administered to Getz. She was responsible for the second goal of this ball game at about 29 minutes in. We're now sitting at 25 minutes left in the half. So far the score, Lander 2, Lyman 0. Seems to be a game of pretzel today. There will be another yellow card whipped out by the ref. Waiting to see who this one's on. Looks like it might have been on Knockhazel, who's running to the sideline. The ref will talk to Coach Montero. Won't speculate too much, but it looks like he's pleading a case. Ref will come back. He'll start play again. Back from the center circle. Lyman with a deep kick by Jensen. Morton in from the sideline. She'll take it or give it up to Abby Copeland. Abby with a throw into Sullivan. Chasing it down is the forward Atnip, who came in after one of those yellow cards were administered. Control will be taken back by Lyman. Jensen making her way. Back to Getz. A shot on goal. Up and over. That'll be a goal kick for Lyman. Keeper's going to give it up. Hill over to Nelson. Nelson trying to weave her way through. It's got to be tough to dribble against these Lander girls. They are aggressive when it comes to offense. Over to Morton, who will try to get it past. They'll get caught up in each other. Morton just at the 18. The whistle will blow. Free kick for Lyman. Dangerously close to that penalty box that time. They definitely rely on Hill for most of their deep kicks across the field. Getting nice control of it off the bat. We have Adnip, who will go off the sideline. Nelson with a throw-in. Getting a deep foot on it. Morton. Nelson returning it back to the center circle. A struggle now with both benches screaming. They'll go out of that sideline. From the far sideline, Nia Copeland will throw in. Heading back to the sideline was Morton. Guess we'll take it from the back. Three defenders for Lander hanging back. Over to Getz. Getz will look for Sullivan. Sullivan getting up on the 18, but it'll be stopped by the keeper. She'll throw it out. Sullivan back to Knockhazel. A nice body block there by Lyman. That was Emma Nelson with that nice body block there. I think she might have forgotten where the sideline was there on that one. A nice kick in from Knockhazel. It'll be met by Lyman, but missed by number 17. That's Nelson. Dropping it back. That'll be met by Abby Copeland. Gets to the middle to Atnip. Hansen trying to go left. Nice lateral pass over to Sullivan. We know she's dangerous once she gets within that 18-yard line. She'll drop back. Gets with a shot on goal and stopped by Lyman's goalkeep. She's taken a lot of shots on goal. Getting inside the 18. Goal keeps down. Not taken advantage of. It's going to be a quarter kick coming in from Getz. She was the last to get a corner kick for the Lady Tigers. About 20 minutes left in this half of the ball game. It's the first half. Nice kick in from Getz. He'll be popped up, heading into some aerial play. Knockhazel will have it nabbed away. Getting chased down by Black from Lyman. It'll be a struggle with Getz and Lyman's Whiting. Be interesting to see who they called the penalty on. It'll be Lander Ball with the free kick. A missed kick by Nelson. Taking advantage of that opportunity. Sullivan with a kick. Blocked by the goalkeeper from Lyman. That's Heaton getting a hand on it. Lander very dominant with their play. A nice kick by Lytle. Over to Sullivan. Looked almost like Atnip was trying to avoid getting hit by that one. The ball will roll just past the goal line. Trying to chase it down there was Nielsen. Heaton of Lyman will give up that kick. Taking it out. Hill. A side kick that will not be grabbed by her teammate. Emma Nelson lets that roll past. From the sideline, Knock Hazel's going to take that in. A sharp throw over to Sullivan. Going back to Getz. If I had an extra hand to time how much time that they've spent inside the penalty box, that'd be an interesting statistic for me. 17 minutes left to go in the half. The ref will blow the ball dead. Substitution. Heading out of the game. Nielsen coming in. We have Norse. Her first time being in the game this first half. A shot on goal and stopped by the goalpost. Oh, man. She hit the mini goal beside the big goal, but that doesn't quite count. Oh, man, that was a jump moment. I almost did that thing where you jump up. A goal kick. Out from Hill. Taken back in. Sullivan trying to get it between those two white posts. An attempted throw by the goalkeeper. It'll land beside her and a kick on goal. Oh my goodness. Sullivan, her second score of the game. Now 3-0, Lander Valley Tigers. Hey, you know, you're going to take what you can get, and that was one of those. Third score of the game comes with 16 minutes left to go. Whew, that's a moment. You know, they're having a rough this is not meant in any malicious way possible, but it seems like they're having some misses today with the Lyman team, whether it be kicks or, I mean, even that throw, it just seems like they might be a little distracted. A nice block by Getz. She blocked Whiting from the Lyman team. Taking control is Morton. Heading over to Getz. Getz to Sullivan. Morton dropped it back. Abby Copeland scrambles to grab it back. A nice kick by Lytle. I apologize, that was Hansen, not Morton. Ball will roll past that sideline. With the toss in, Nelson. Creating some space. Bergner will take a tumble and be given that free kick. With the free kick, Whiting. A deep kick, trying to get it right in front of that 18. Taking control and losing it just as fast. Lyman kicked it past the sideline. Lander will take it back out of their penalty area. Trying to make way downfield. Knock Hazel taking control. Back to Sullivan. I'll tell you, she is a bob and weaver. She just went between the legs of Hill from Lyman. She ends up down. Looks like she's stretching her feet a bit before she gets up. Fielding that ball is Knock Hazel. From the sideline, over to Sullivan. Norse tried to get a foot on that. Lyman trying to take it from the center circle. Cole will end up on the ground. Hansen with a kick over to Norse. Norse taking it from the wing. More into the middle. Gets with a shot on goal and not quite past the keeper from Lyman, Heaton. Deep throw there. Nice move by Abby. Sullivan over to Knock Hazel. Knock Hazel with a nice pass between. They'll be out on Lyman's Whiting. Corner kick coming in from Knock Hazel. Nice placement for Sullivan to get a foot on it. She'll go up and over the goal line. Current score, 13 minutes left to go in this first half. Tigers 3, Lyman 0. Hill will take it with the goal kick. That was a missed kick from Knock Hazel. Getz will take control of the ball. Shot on goal. But that goal keep, I have to say, although she's facing enormous pressure by the Lady Tigers, doing a pretty good job of getting a hand on it. Meanwhile, Kale down on the other end of the field, just kind of hanging out for now. Knock Hazel over to Sullivan. Sullivan with a kick, deflected. Getz will get caught up in it. Norse will try to take it out of the wing. Nice movement. Getting through is Getz. Back to Norse. It'll be kicked out. It'll be out on Woodruff. Corner kick coming your way from Lander. Gets from the corner. That'll make its way over to Hansen. Back to Getz. She'll kick over. Looks like she was trying to reach Hansen for a short goal. Not quite there. Substitutions coming in. We have number 19, Ellis Stanberry for the Tigers. Heading out is number 25, Sullivan. Coming in for Lyman is Sill. In from the corner kick. Tried to reach Stanberry, who just came into the game. Stanberry's going to take it out of the wing. A kick hard to Sill from Lyman. Trying to get it back in from the sideline is Knock Hazel, not quite there. Lyman ball. Sill will take that in. With 10 minutes left to go, I encourage you to join us for the halftime show. We'll recap this first half of play, and it's been a good one for the Lady Tigers, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the upcoming games as well, so hang around. The varsity boys game coming up right after this one. Getz taking it down to the attacking third, leaving the goalkeep unguarded. Oh, man. But the Lady Tigers will quite literally walk over the keeper. Looks like Norse might have been on that one. Getz with the corner kick. Up and into Hansen. It'll go past Knockhazel and out of the sideline. Nelson from the Lady Eagles will take this one in. Getting a leg on it is Knockhazel. They'll call that a penalty. It'll be a free kick for the Lady Eagles. Taking that will be Hill. The kick will be met by the Lady Tigers Norse. Then taken out. Thrown in over to Hansen. Knockhazel booting it across. A deep kick coming from Lyman's Nelson. Trying to dance around that sideline is Morton. Morton also with the throw in now. Taking it to Getz. Over to Norse. Back to Getz. A shot on goal by Hansen. Out of that goal line. Chasing it to that corner, Knockhazel. Corner kick in. Both Hansen and Morton trying to get ahead on that one. Getz with the control. Right inside the 18. Makes a shot. Not quite there. Didn't quite see it go between those goalposts. Meeting up at the ball was Mia Copeland. A deep kick from Nelson. Lady Eagles definitely have some kicking power behind them, but they spend most of their time on this side of the field. Some wide dribbling coming from the Lady Eagles. Norse will keep that ball from going across the sideline. Bringing that back is Morton. Someone out there has an air horn. That was a little dirty, but okay. Getz with the free kick. Advantageous for her to have a free kick this close to the 18. Deep kick heading into the goalkeep of Lyman. Lady Eagles doing everything they can to get Lander out of their defensive third. Tigers will drop it back. Taking it in from the sideline, trying not to hit the ref. Yesterday, we had quite a few attacks on the ref, I would say. Nice control of the balls by the Lady Tigers. A nice break and great dribbling on behalf of Hazel. She'll go for a shot on goal. Couldn't quite rein it in toward the end line. 4 minutes left to go in this first half of play. So far, the Tigers up by 3 against the Lady Eagles. Goal kick coming in by Hill. Thanks, Coach. Lady Eagles trying to take that control back. Their passes a little longer to one another. Lander keeping a close rein on their dribbling. Hazel with a good dribble around. He'll go out of the sideline here. Nice movement going on by Getz. She's closing in on that 18. A shot that's just a foot away from that goalpost. Took her a second. She had to go, no, on her knees for a sec. She's tasted that goal line already this first half. That was about with 29 minutes left to go. So she's already rearing to get another one. Taking it out from that penalty box is Hill. Out on the Lady Eagles. Taking her time, bringing it back in is Morton. Norris will be subbed out. Substitution. Coming in is Lytle there. Then for a second, her jersey looked like a 30. Had to get the right person in my mind. Shot on goal, blocked barely. Nice attempt there by Stanberry. So far, the amount of goal attempts by the Lady Tigers towers over the Lady Eagles. Hill will take it out. Goal kick there. Emma Nelson taking it downfield. The Eagles will try to drop it back, but lose control. Gets with the ball. A kick up and over and past the goal line. Lady Eagles will take that one back with a goal kick. While we're at it today, I also want to thank our camera guy, temporarily. We have Eric Polly helping out today and Kirk Baxter later this evening, so I want to thank them for helping me get started today. That goal kick will be fielded. Pass over to Getz with a score on goal. That makes it 4 for the Lady Tigers. Getz with another score in this first half. Getz with that score. Just a minute 30 left to go. You know, if Getz or Sullivan has that ball behind the 18-yard line, that you're looking for a mighty interesting time. From the center circle, Whiting getting ready to drop the ball back. Cole of Lyman trying to get the ball back. Rose fighting for it. Looks like a free kick will be awarded in favor of the Lady Eagles. Hill with a kick, landing in the center circle. Van Giesen from the Eagles will get a foot on it. Trying to dribble it past the Lander defense. Not successful so far. They're trying to find an opening. Hansen drops it back. O'Connor in the game. Eagles to midfield. Dribbling past is Riley Cole. Hansen will take control of the ball, passing it on. Stanbury trying to get it away from two team members from the Eagles. Back to Getz. Over to Knockhazel, and not quite enough to kick it in. That is the first half of play here for the Lady Tigers. So far, so good. Looking great for the team. We'll see how it goes in the second half of play. But remember to join us for the halftime show here on WyoToday.com. We're going to recap some of the scores. We'll talk about the upcoming schedule, all right here on WyoToday.com. We're going to listen to some of our sponsors. Make sure you support these businesses, folks. They are the reason we can carry all of these sports broadcasts.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School Soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers! Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
Here at Bill Bush Stadium for the Lady Tigers game. It's halftime here. One half of the game down, and now another half to go. So we're seeing some really interesting progress from the Tigers. Almost a night and day difference from Friday's game, making their way down the field very, very well. So within 38 minutes to go, Sullivan had her first goal. Current score, by the way, Tigers 4, and the Lady Eagles from Lyman sitting at 0 currently. So 38 minutes left in the first half. Sullivan had her first score, and just a few minutes later, Getz came in with the second goal of the game. Tigers scored again at 16 minutes left, and then with just a minute 30 left to go, Getz with another score for the Lady Tigers. Now, something they struggled with a little bit in the first half, yellow cards. So they did see some penalties in that first half, and it'll be interesting to see how they avoid that in the second. Something else, they've spent a lot of time in the right side of the field for the Tigers. You know, they're doing a great job of their dribbles in between and passing in between some of the Lady Eagles, and they're working really hard so far to try to get those goals, but so many shots on goals for the Tigers, and maybe not quite even from the other side of the field. We're going to take a look at some of our scheduling here as I take a look at it. So for the upcoming game on Thursday, there will be no JV game, is what I received from Cyril earlier today. So I believe that's an afternoon game. That'll be playing against Mountain View. That's a home game, so if you'd like to come check it out here at Bill Bush Stadium, you can do so. The game after that, we won't see again until April 9th because of spring break here at LVHS. Then the next game will be against Cody. That'll actually be here on the 13th. So we'll keep you updated with that schedule from wyotoday.com. So make sure that you keep up with our live stream schedule as well. We'll have all of the games right here, YouTube and Facebook. Something else to keep in mind, the Lady Tigers weren't so successful against Jackson on Friday, but the bright side is some teams also fell to Jackson over the weekend. So here's some recaps from the weekend. The final score, Jackson 2, Lander 0 on Friday. Star Valley took a win over Green River. That was a conference match. Sheridan beat Buffalo 6-1. Newcastle at Scotts Bluff. That was actually postponed, I'm assuming due to all the weather. Then on Saturday, Evanston beat Green River 5-0. That was a conference match. And then the final score with Jackson versus Riverton was 6-0 in favor of Jackson. So just to keep you posted on where we are statewide, we're going to take another break and get back to some of our sponsors. Coming back with the second half of play here at Bill Bush Stadium with the Lander Lady Tigers soccer.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Back here at Bill Bush Stadium with the second half of play, Lander Lady Tigers playing off against the Lady Eagles from Lyman. Lyman came decked out today. They brought flags, a tent, you name it, and a cheering section. So definitely seeing some of our other teams, though, here, like the boys team was cheering for the Lady Tigers earlier today. The girls are starting to shake their hands. I think it's getting a little chilly outside. Standing in the center circle currently, we have Sullivan and Getz. My phone is telling me 47 degrees currently, but I feel like it might be a little more chilly than that. Great movement downfield. Getz and Sullivan with the dribble. Precise passes. Sullivan trying to get it past the defense. Goal kick coming in. Heaton with that. Not so well placed kick. Back in the hands of the Lander Valley Tigers. Black moving into the middle third. Returned quickly by the Tigers. Abley Copeland helping with the dribble there. A nice nab in the hands of the Tigers. Sullivan working along with Getz. The Lady Eagles doing a better job of trying to keep the Tigers away from that 18-yard line. They're keeping their passes shorter. That toss in from Kenzie Sill stolen back by the Tigers fairly quickly. Hanson down the line. A big kick there from Knock Hazel. That'll go past the goal line. Lyman's ball. Heaton with the goal kick. Yet another change we've seen by the Eagles since starting the second half. They were having Hill take it out from that penalty box. Rose with the throw in. Getz will take control. A kick and a score for the Lander Lady Tigers. Knock Hazel with the 5th score of the game. Current score now, Lady Tigers 5, the Eagles 0. .37 minutes to go in the second half of play here at Bill Bush Stadium. No sunlight peeking through. It's making it a little more chilly. In from the sideline, Abby Copeland will throw that in. Sullivan will take that from right in front of Hill. Hanson with a lateral kick over. Getz tries to steal that away, not working out for her. Nielsen taking it in from the sideline there. Over to Morton. Nielsen throws in to Morton. Next toss into Sullivan, who will kick over and just past those goal posts. I got excited there for a second. Thought it was going to go in the net. Not so much. Goal kick out from Lyman. It's going to head. So well-placed kick, trying to keep it within the grasp of the Lady Eagles. Heavy coverage from Lander, however. Nice shot on goal by Morton. GK got a hand on it, however. Hanson with quick footwork. Kick over to Lander's Kale, excuse me. You know, she has not seen a whole heck of a lot of action during this game. A booming kick, more up in the air. Try to keep it smack dab in the center of the Lander Tigers formation. Over to Sullivan. Tried to make quick work of taking it back to the to the Eagles Lyman 18-yard line. It'll be Lyman ball. The toss went directly back to Sullivan. Peterson of the Eagles will throw that out of bounds. Fun fact, this is actually Lyman's first year of varsity soccer as a program. So I think I might have overheard the program as a whole is right around 3 years. So that being said, it'll be interesting to see them grow as their program ages. Shot on goal. Hanson not meeting the net that time. Black trying to take it away from Morton. Nielsen takes that back in for the Tigers. trying to get it out of their side of the field. Jensen just can't keep up with the Lady Tigers' offensive line. Knock Hazel and Sullivan. A kick over to Morton, and then it'll go out of the goal line as she tries to boot it past several defensive players on the Eagles team. 35 minutes left to go in this half of play. It's the second half. The Tigers finding themselves with scores, 5 scores that is, in the first half. 5-0 against Lyman. Morton tried to get a steal. Bergner hyping up her team for the Lady Eagles. The Lady Tigers working along the sideline with more pressure on their side of the field than I think they've seen all game. Knock Hazel with a pass to Sullivan. She'll keep it over in the wing. Whistles will blow it dead. It'll be a goal kick for Lyman. Back to Hill, taking it out for the keeper. Sullivan making a jump for it, not reaching it. A drop back to Hansen. Hansen making her way. The keeper trying to get a hand on it. She smothers it to keep it from getting back in the hands of the Tigers. Punt not quite to the center third there. Nice 30-yard pass here by Ladies Tigers. And in by the Lander Lady Tigers. Score is now 6-0 in favor of LVHS against the Lady Eagles. You can tell it's been a high-paced game so far. Both teams walking. A lot of hands on hips out there. You know, and it can be a little deflating when you see a scoreboard like they have right now, but I have to give it to the Lyman bench. I mean, they're over there, they're bundled up in blankets. You can see their flags waving in the wind, and they're still cheering. Anytime that the Eagles do something fun or exciting, they're right there cheering alongside their teammates. So for a first-year program in varsity, I'd like to think they're doing pretty darn good. Taking it out of the sideline is Abby Copeland. Back in with Nelson from the Eagles. A nice stop by Mia Copeland in midfield. Knock Hazel trying to find her teammates, gets taken over by the that was Friday. The Lyman Eagles, excuse me. Morton with a kick to the flank. Hansen with a nice pass over to Getz. Getz into the goal line. That's a 7-0 ball game, folks. You can see the girls lining up to be substitutes. Coming in, we have Balderston. I'm waiting for someone to turn around so I can see their number real quick. There we go. And then we also have, let's see, Cook, I believe. A nice takeaway by Getz from right in front of the Lady Eagles. A shot taken by the Tigers didn't make it to the back of the net. That would have been Morton's first goal of the game. So far we've seen scores from Sullivan, Getz, and Knockhazel. Very particular dribbling. Sullivan within the 18. The GK of the Eagles will take that. Heaton with a punt out. I want to invite you to the post-game show. I know it's about 27 minutes away in this ball game, but we'll recap the entire game, the scores. We'll give away our player of the game. I have some thoughts. So make sure you stick around here on WyoToday.com. The varsity boys game immediately following this one, starting right about 6 o'clock. Toss in from Bergner. Rescuing it from the wing was Abby Copeland. Eagles ball with Sill, expecting to take it in from that sideline. Lots of action in the opposite corner of play. Out on Aspen Black. It'll be a corner kick for her. She'll kick it past the goal line of the Lander Tigers. Looks like the goal kick for the Tigers going to be taken out by Abby Copeland. Almost picked off by Bergner of the Eagles. Getting a foot on it is Black. Not quite there. Another attempt taken by Jensen. I can definitively say that someone on the Lyman bench will lose their voice today, based on the scream I just heard. Even cold weather can't chill spirit. Goal kick coming in for the Tigers. Kick about 10 yards from midfield. Knockhazel dribbling back to Sullivan, who will let it go just past that sideline. You can definitely see some of the players moving slower. It's a little chilly outside. They had a very high-paced game in the first half of play. We're sitting at about 24 minutes to go in this ball game. Sullivan and Getz closing in. Seems like that Sullivan and Getz are giving some of their teammates an opportunity to find that glory that's found between the two goalposts. And I could be wrong, but it seemed like Getz had an opportunity and she passed it back to Hansen, who barely missed a goal earlier. A jumping kick by Getz is unsuccessful. Goes back to the GK of the Eagles. Return to Bergner. From the hands of Bergner, back into the Lady Tigers. Hazel with a pass to Hansen. Hansen over to Sullivan. Dropping back to Hazel. Almost a kick on goal, but swiped away by Charlie Rose of the Lady Eagles. Gets with a shot on goal and in. That makes it 8-0 with 23 minutes left in this game. Gets definitely fluffing her stats a little bit. Back to the center circle. We're seeing some substitutions. Norris is back in. Back in we also find Morton and Stanbury. Control of the ball taken by the Lady Eagles. Bergner with a swipe. An aerial kick back to the center circle where Morton will work her way downfield. Lady Eagles not giving up yet, still pumping. Jensen chasing down the ball. Hansen and Norris weaving through their line. That was a big kick from the Eagles' Woodruff. That'll be white ball. How nice. Someone got me a Mountain Dew. Thank you. Folks, the Eagles for the first time getting inside that penalty box within shooting range, then I'll be booted out. Bergner will be taking that in from the corner. This is where your goals change in the game. I think as the Eagles, you're wanting to get a goal and at least try to learn something from the rest of this match. Bergner will chase that down past the goal line. Should be back to the corner here. Subs coming in for the Eagles. We see Whiting coming in. And Van Giesen will come in as well. Had to hunt down her name for a second. Corner kick from Whiting is up. Trying to get a kick on goal, deflected by the Lady Tigers. Taking it out of the wing, downfield, riding that sideline. Through almost 6 players of the Eagles team. He'll get a foot on that, go back the opposite direction out the sideline and out. Ball's back in play. Morton will take it down the sideline. O'Connor chasing that out of the side. O'Connor with the dribble over to Morton. Morton back to Hansen. Hansen with a kick, not quite between the goal posts. That'll result in a goal kick for Lyman. We're back to having Hill take that out. In no hurry to get it out of the penalty box. A controlled kick back to Hansen of the Tigers. Kick on Cole stopped. And another attempt made by Cook of the Tigers. That'll go up and over the goalpost. GK of the Eagles digging through the snow to get the ball back. She'll position herself, and Heaton will take that out. Kick to the side over to Nelson. Blocked. I couldn't see who exactly got their feet on it, but that was not the goal keep. Norris back in from the wing. They'll try to save it. Hansen getting control of the ball. Back over to Cook. Escaping the clutches of the Tigers. Whiting will kick it to midfield. Ferguson racing to see if she can keep it out of that sideline, and she can't get there in time. Black with the throw in. I want to thank Eric Polly for doing our camera work for the first half of the game. Thank you so much. And welcome Kirk Baxter. Up and over with the toss in. It'll meet Hansen. She has great movement once she gets the ball. That was a kick into the side of the goal, not quite a goal, by Cook. It seems like the two main scorers for the Lady Tigers have backed off a bit to see if they can help some of the other players get some scores. But maybe that could just be me seeing that too. Whistles will blow. Cole on the ground for the Eagles. That free kick going over to Hill. Kick from Hill almost startles Van Giesen. I don't know if she was expecting that one. Hansen will take that ball back. Weaving it over to Cook. Roll back to the GK of the Eagles. Heaton will check that out. Whistles blow. I think someone's hand might have touched the ball on that one. Free kick for Lander. Morton with a pass into the penalty box. That'll be fielded by Heaton. A booming kick. It's just about the 40-yard line. You don't normally call those in soccer, but we're going to since we're on a football field. Looks like Norse waiting to sub back into the game on the sideline. Coming in for the Eagles, it looks like we'll have Jensen back after this play. Atnip heads out. Still not seeing any sunlight here at Bill Bush Stadium. The weather's getting a little chilly. I know I say chilly quite often, but it's about 40 degrees right now. Only going to drop in temperatures as the boys' game gets started. A shot on goal by Hansen. Looks like Hill took that one pretty hard. Morton will follow that one out of the sideline. Bringing it back into play. Bergner looking for her teammates. Black of the Eagles will end up on the ground. Right alongside her was O'Connor. Norse fighting to get that ball back. The ball will hit the ref. I just had to say that last time because the ref got more action last night, on Friday than he, I think, bargained for. Hasn't happened quite yet. He hasn't gotten clobbered. The kick from Jensen, fielded by the Tigers. You can hear the Lyman bench starting to scream in the background. They'll get close to the goal, but not close enough. Whiting following that one out as Lander boxes her out. Balderston and Miller doing a great job of following that one out of bounds. KO with the GK. Nice goal kick. Back in the hands of Morton. Making her way down the field. Goes to kick to Norse. Overshoots it a little bit. Taking control back is Hansen. Will be deflected and then nabbed by Van Giesen of the Eagles. Hansen over to Morton. Morton into Norse. Norse losing it to Rose. Norse follows it out past the goal line. Goal kick will bring the ball back into play from Hill. Sandberry doing a great job of trying to get her foot on the ball. Bergner making her way past several defenders. Hansen over to Norse. Whistles will blow. He'll point about 50 yards back. Looks like it'll be a free kick for Bergner. I lied, it'll be a throw-in for the Lyman team. Good news for them, it's starting off with them in the closest position they can get. You have someone running across the field for the Lyman team. Holding off till she gets across. There we go. Lander might have gotten a hand on that one. The Lyman bench is now standing, sensing that these girls are getting closer to what could be their first goal of the game. Current score, Tigers 8, the Eagles 0. 9 minutes left to go in this second half of play. A kick from Bergness, with no one to meet it, rolls out of the goal line. Kale will set up in the penalty box. The Eagles getting a foot on it early. Breaking through, we have Whiting. She'll make a shot on goal too far to the right. Kale taking it back. Taking a second to set up. Looks like that one will roll out of bounds. Van Giesen taking it in for Lyman. A free kick is called for Lyman. Looks like Cook might have gotten an arm on that one. Whiting backing up. The kick is up and over. Someone gets a head on it. I don't think it was intentional, but they did. Norse with the ball. Then to Morton, taking control. Coming towards the sideline. Trying to get it over to Norse. Doing a great job on the offensive line is Norse. Ball rolls slowly back into the field. That time clock ticking down. Morton with the corner kick. Into the middle. Several people missed that from both teams. Stauffenberg chasing that one down. Couldn't quite keep it from rolling out of the sideline. Van Giesen ready to throw into her teammates. We see some subs. Looks like heading out for the Tigers. Might have been Cook. Can't quite see from here. Around the track, you can see some of the other teams warming up. Lander Valley Tigers and the Eagles both getting ready for their varsity games. Starting next, directly after this game, we'll have the call of that game as well. Hansen with a kick over to Norris, goes through the feet of Nelson. Ends up back in the hands of Heaton. That was a booming kick if I've ever seen one. Making it back to the center circle. Bergner trying to weave between the Lander defense. Both teams moving much slower now. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the game. Current score, Lady Tigers 8, Lady Eagles 0. But I have to say, they don't give up. They're still trying. They're still doing their best. And on their sideline, their team's still getting up and getting amped up for them when they get close to the goal line. Whistle will blow. Jensen with a toss directly to the foot of the Lady Tigers, who will head downfield. Only 3 defenders on the Lyman side. Hansen over to Norse. Norse will keep it from going out of bounds. Taken over by Morton. Norse with a nab from Lyman. Drop back to Morton. Norse on the sideline, over by Coach Schaff. Looks like he's getting ready for his game coming up next. Flag goes up in the far corner of the field. They're grabbing the ball from a snowdrift again on the far side. Lyman's keeper getting ready for the kick. A kick that'll end up in the hands of Norse. By the claps, I'll say that that penalty probably went against the Tigers. The Eagles moving slowly now. A kick in. Morton will get a foot on it before it goes out of bounds. Now under 2 minutes left. We have Lander with a score of 8 and Lyman with a score of 0 for the girls' game. The boys will play right after this at just about 6 o'clock. The game going from high intensity in the first half of play to almost a bit too casual in the second here, with just a minute left to go. Throw it over to Morton. The Eagles will take control. And Lander kicks it back to Kale, who will then boot it out of the sideline. You can see a little extra pep in the step of Whiting from the Lady Eagles, who is leading with that ball until it was booted out by the Tigers. Jensen with a throw into the wing. Corner kick will be awarded to the Eagles. Bringing that in will be Whiting. She kicks to the middle. Lander will get a foot on it and break away. There's that last horn. Game over. Match is done. Score currently, and for the rest of the day, we have the Lady Tigers at 8 and the Lady Eagles at 0. It's got to feel good to get a win on your second game of this season. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch more here on the post-game show. Keep it tuned right here to WYO Today on both YouTube and Facebook, streaming live from Bill Bush Stadium.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Game show here on WyoToday.com. As you can see by our camera angle, the Lyman boys team warming up. And I have not seen a team warm up running with flags yet, but here they are. And you know what? The girls still have enough energy to cheer them on and help hype them up too. So if you're gonna do it, just send it, I guess. All right. So we're hopping into the post-game show from the girls' game. Final score was 8-0 in favor of the Lady Tigers. Not a bad way to round up your second match. They fell against Jackson on Friday, but coming through with a strong win today against the Lyman Lady Eagles. So now a quick recap. In the first half, with 38 minutes to go, Sullivan got the first score of the game, keeping the inertia of the game going high. Man, that Lyman team's getting pumped up in the middle. I'm extremely curious to see how today's match goes. Okay, anyway, back to our recap here. In 29 minutes left to go, Getz with the second score of the game, and then the Lady Tigers scored again with 16 minutes left to go. Then Getz again with a score with 1:30 left in the first half. Great scoring for the first part of the game. But once we got to the second part, they did not let up. With 37 seconds left in that second half, Knockhazel with her first score, and then Getz again with 23 minutes left. So that's how we ended with an 8-0 ball game. I was looking at another score from another team. We'll go into some of our schedule, and we'll get that put up for you. There were some game time changes. There will be no JV game on Thursday, but we will be here covering the varsity game. So back in a minute, we're going to kill some time in between. There's 14 minutes left with this pregame, so we're going to hear from some of our sponsors. Make sure you go show these businesses some love, folks. They're here sponsoring your community. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, and they're here to support your community's kids.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers! Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's
truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
At the post-game show on wyotoday.com. Both teams warming up, and we're still recapping the girls' game. So here's an idea of some of the games coming up, okay? So we just played Lyman coming up on Thursday. Both teams will play against Mountain View. That's a home game if you want to come check it out at Bill Bush Stadium. Then they're going to actually have spring break next week. So we won't have any Tigers games at that current week, but we'll come back on Friday the 9th, and we'll actually be heading to Powell. We'll hit the road, and then on Saturday, it looks like we'll be back. So on Friday over in Powell, on Saturday back here in Lander facing off against Cody. Next after that, we'll see Pinedale, Worland, and then Riverton on the 20th. So if you're scoping out that rivalry week, that'll be on the 20th of April, so mark that down. As a Lander alum, the rivalry is real. I will call an unbiased game, however, but I might get a little extra excited when a goal happens. All right, we're taking a look at this upcoming game, but first, we have to administer our player of the game. There was a lot of options this go round. Great showmanship, either way, by Sullivan. Knock Hazel had some great scores, great defensive measures by the Lady Tigers, but today, with multiple scores, today's player of the game goes to Getz. So she did a fantastic job. Give her an extra pat on the back. Emma Getz, you're our player of the game. We're going to take a break and then start getting ready for our Lander Tigers boys game. That's taken off here in about 8 minutes. We'll do our starting lineups, the national anthem, and the whole 9 yards.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Tune in right here at yotoday.com. I almost popped into my radio form there. As you can see, in the middle of the field, the refs meeting with the team captains of both the Eagles and of the Lander Tigers. They're going to do the air fist bumps. COVID appropriate, right? Or not. Either way, both teams gearing up. About 5 minutes till we see the start of this one. I do not have all of the starters for the boys team, but we'll get those as soon as we have them. And yeah, we're getting ready for this game. So Lander boys saw kind of a heartbreaking loss against Jackson. They were able to get a couple scores in, but just a very swift team, very offense-forward team. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes against the Lyman Eagles. We're going to take a break and get right back to it. We're about 4 minutes from the start of this one. You're tuned in live at yotoday.com.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers! Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's go.
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers! Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa.
We're back here on WyoToday.com with the live stream of the Tigers versus the Lyman Eagles. So we're going to hop through our starting lineups real quick. You can see some of the players getting introduced. So for Lyman, we have number 1, Gage Nelson. Number 9, a senior, Connor Green. Number 10, a sophomore, Jared Babcock. Number 11, Preston Nebeker. He's a senior this year. Number 12, Titan Hill. 13, Aiden Varela. 14, Braxton Saby. 15, Jaden Brown. 17, Andres Portos Prado. And their goalie, Carter Smith, at 23. And 24, Wyatt Nebeker. For the Lander Valley Tigers, today they have number 7, a senior, Parker Reed. Number 8, a junior, Kellen Donahue. Number 9, Gus, a senior, Gus Mosman. Number 10, a senior, Nico Loham. You have number 17, McLean Hellier. Number 19, Camden Nickel. Number 34, Jonas Calvert. He's a senior this year. Number 37, Matisse Weaver. He's a sophomore. Number 46, Joe Hellier. And then we also have number 26, a junior, Jaden Elliott. And number 33, a sophomore, Callum Wheeler. Getting ready to see the action start in the center circle. Starting off with a lateral pass, heading over to Reed. Dropping the ball back a bit, making the Eagles have to run for it. Varela from the Eagles coming forward. With a boot on it, goes out on Lander. Tossed in by Nelson. It's a race to the wing. McLean going to meet him there. We have yet to see the sunshine fully through the clouds. It's kind of a nippy day here at Bill Bush Stadium. Inside the penalty box with a shot on goal is Varela from the Lyman Eagles. Goal kick to the side. Loham progresses that. Precise kick to midfield, making its way to Reed. Attempts to make a kick there, but Saby from Lyman will get a foot on it. Heading down to the wing. Lander is there, went for a sliding kick and didn't make it in. Rolls past that goal line. Nickel did a great job moving that downfield. Shot on goal. That was by Loham. Would not find itself between the goalposts, however. Goal kick coming out. Smith over to Nebeker. Both went to kick that ball. Nebeker fell over. Reed swapped out for that corner kick. Mosman will take that out. Met in the middle by Loham. Back to Nickel. Chase to the sideline. Expert control by Loham. Nelson tried to keep control of that from the Eagles. Wasn't able to keep it from heading out at the sideline. Shot on goal! An early goal by Mosman for the Lander Valley Tigers. 36 minutes left to go in the first half. Back to the center circle we go. The Eagles will try to keep control. Tight coverage by the Tigers. A good hustle there by the Tigers, making their second goal of the ball game. That one went off of Reed. 35 minutes left to go in this first half. The Eagles attempting a dribble between the Tigers. Jaden Elliott with a sliding kick there. Will be a throw in by the Eagles. Thrown up high, but Nickel will get a foot on it. Brought back around by Weaver. And a trip. Whistles a blow. Looks like that's going to be a free kick for Lyman. Nickel taking control over to Weaver. Weaver out in front of Nickel. He'll get some help on it. Joe Hellier helping him out. We'll have a goal kick. Weaver will try to get ahead on it. Just misses. Taken back by Nickel. Nelson's going to smother that ball in the penalty box. A booming kick out past center circle. A deep kick into, oh, just kidding. That'll be whistles blown. You can almost see Weaver winding up as he got closer to that goal line. Free kick for Lyman. Sabi will take that out. He'll head over into Lander's wing. Aerial pass by McLean Hellier. That'll be taken out. And back in by Sabi. Into Nelson. Swiped away. They were able to get the nab on it. And Reed with a nice block on Green. Back to McLean Hellier. He'll throw it in. Nickel moving the ball well. Lander helping each other out with this formation. Down the sideline. Almost a foot race. And Lyman will trip on the ball. That's Hill that ended up on his rear. Kick up and over by Carter. Ayers there. Nebeker puts the ball back in play. With the pass almost taken on by Weaver. Reed with a kick. Up and over, hits the goalpost. And a follow-up yields a score for the Lander Valley Tigers. Scoring there, Kellen Donahue. 31 minutes left to play in the half. Tigers 3, Lyman 0. Back in the center circle. Weaver taking control. Up and over and just before the sideline. We have Joe Hellier. Back to Weaver. A booming pass and a backflip on the ground. That was caught by Carter Smith, their goalkeep. Pass to Reed. Reed between the legs. Weaver coming up to follow up the shot. Blocked by Smith. They're snuffing out the effort of the Lander Valley Tigers, although they have a very forward offense. A shot in by Reed, and it's good, taking the score 4-0 with 30 minutes left to go in the game. Not a whole lot of pressure so far on Lander's keep. Almost a deflated pass back to Sabi on the Lyman team. Varela trying to catch up with the ball. Ball falls to Weaver and over to Reed. He kicks it out front with a shot on goal. Looks like that one goes to Kellen Donahue. Looks like Reed and Donahue competing for scores here. 2 apiece for the Tigers. Total score, Tigers 5, Lyman 0. Sun's starting to poke through some of the clouds. The lights have officially come on at the same time. They're fixing the clock. Looks like 27 minutes left to go. You know, sometimes you just can't control technology. Mark that on mine here. It came at the 27 for Donahue. The Eagles with a swipe at that. Whistles will blow. Might have been a trip on Nickel. Might have tripped Nickel is probably the better way to put that. Joe Hellier making great moves with the ball. From my angle, almost looked like a goal, but a shot on goal, not making it through to the back of the net by the Lander Valley Tigers. Smith for the Eagles with the goal kick. Taking control is Mosman. Back to the Eagles. Right now, a struggle for power. Brown trying to keep up. A nice hustle by Joe Hellier, trying to keep that within the sideline. Lander back in control. Weaver making his way to the penalty box with a shot and grazes off the top of the goal line. I want to invite you to join us on the halftime show. That's where we'll recap this first half of play and talk about the upcoming schedule for the Tigers. Weaver with a kick, and it's in. I'll double check. I believe that was Weaver. And it was. Matisse with a great shot for the Tigers. Meticulous aim, and then also patience, just sitting there waiting. Score now 6-0 in favor of the Tigers against Lyman. Reed with the coverage and a block. Also getting a touch on that was Blaze Laird. Eagles trying to dribble through the legs of the Tigers. Shot on goal there by Varela. That'll go left to goal. Goal kick with a soft pass. Hamilton in play, hanging back. Toss goes in by Saby. Control taken back by Nickel and Reed. Jaden Elliott chasing down the ball on the wing, trying to keep it within the sidelines. Nickel trying to keep control. Going up against Smith of the Eagles, who helps him up. Ref will say it went out over here. As Nickel gets ready to take that ball back in, you can see The Tigers adjusting for what they hope is going to be a score off of this pass in. Up and over the head of the goalkeeper Lyman. Lander finds himself with another score, that time off of Loham. .23 minutes left to go in this half of play. We'll play out the 45 minutes and go to halftime, where you'll find the halftime show here on WyoToday.com. We'll recap some of these scores and talk about their upcoming schedule. Your next game for the Tigers and Lady Tigers will be on Thursday. Expert control of the ball by Mosman. Might not have been Mosman. I think that actually was Welsh. My apologies. The sun has officially come out, so you're going to see me wearing my awesome sunglasses here in a minute. Change of direction from Loham. Back to Welsh. Into the penalty box for the Eagles. That'll get smothered out by the goalkeeper. Smith keeping an expert eye on that. Excuse me. Choking on air over here. The Eagles taking control. It's a runoff between the Tigers and the Eagles. Coming close to the goal line. It'll roll in with an extra tap, helping it out. I believe it was Reed. High-scoring game for the Tigers tonight. With a swipe away from the Eagles. Eagles taking it back down to the Tigers offense. Ayers running along. Trying to give support over to Elliott. Elliott with a shot on goal. Too far left this time. Who walked that out? Although it's a little cold, it's a beautiful day here in Lander at Bill Bush Stadium. 20 minutes left in this first half of play. Welsh with control of the ball. He'll deflect a shot off of the defense. Welsh with a change of direction. That goes over to Ayers. Ayers loses it to Varela from the Eagles. A short 10-yard punt from Smith of the Eagles. That'll end up out of the sideline. Weaver with the throw in. That'll be stopped by Smith just short of the goalpost. That'll go out on nickel. Taken back in by Nelson of the Eagles. You have to give it to him. They still have a bunch of hustle. Weaver gets a direction-changing head on that. The Eagles, for the first time, getting nice control inside of the Lander Valley Tigers penalty box. Weaver trying to get it past the Eagles. Getting some trouble from Babcock on that. Babcock will run it down. Meet the Tigers at the wing. Heavy-footed kick coming in from the Tigers there. Heading out for a substitution. Weaver. And also Joe Hellier going to take a seat for a little bit. Laird back on the field. Eagles were making some headway, but stopped by McLean. Hellier. Some of the teachers from Lander Valley High School rolling up into the stands here. Hamilton taking it out of the wing. Gives it about a 30-yard kick. Letting it roll through his legs. That was an expert move right there. Ayers making his way down. Shot on goal unsuccessful. Looks like that came from Blaze Laird. The sun is out. And the kick goes off from Smith. A little too sharp on his side. Rolls right past Green and heads out of the sideline. Thrown back in. Speedy kick sends the ball back to about 40 yards out. Welsh pairing up with his teammates to take it back. He's going to try to rescue that ball from right out in front of Tayton Hill. Taking it back in. Elliott, he'll have that stolen back by Nelson. They end up in a pretzel on the ground. Ref says, take it easy a little bit. Pats him on the back. Back to the feet of Welsh. Passes it over to Elliott. Looking at his options. Ayers. Back to Elliott. Ayers rushing forward, but that goalkeeper decided to cut him off and narrow down those angles so he has less of a chance of making a shot. Smith with great goalkeeping there. Nabbed away. Lander has the ball back. Pass over to Laird. Shot on goal. A little too far left. Mosen giving his teammates the thumbs up. Kicks out by Smith. That's going to be met fairly quickly by the Tigers. Going in, shot on goal, and it's in. Looks like that went in on number 6, Carter Ayers. Given a light jog back to midfield. Score currently Tigers 9, Lyman 0. Lyman looking for their big break here. Looks like one of the Eagles might have stepped on the ball, Funky. Brown kind of favoring his foot. Passed out by Hamilton. Nickel getting the ball back in midfield, passing it back. That drawback letting him get a little more control. Mosman with the ball. Gives it a 20-yard boot. That boot will take it to Elliott. Elliott in the wing, trying to break through. Over to Welsh. Welsh draws back. McLean Hellier. Back to center circle. It's a drop back there to Hamilton, who will take it forward to Elliott. Looks like Elliott was trying to reach Nickel. Didn't quite make it there. It'll be napped back by the Eagles. And turned around just as quickly, taken in by Welsh. Elliott on the side. Back into Nickel. Tigers to the wing. Giving it a boot there was Carter Ayers. Not finding success, though, at the end of that. Heading out for Lyman, Titan Hill. Coming in for Lander there. Looks like we have Donahue's back. Also coming in, we have Reed. Quick word from Welsh to Reed. Elliott taking the ball forward, maybe finding a gap, tries to get back behind the two defenders. Couldn't catch a break. McLean Hellier trying to keep that ball from going out. He's having a heck of a time with Portos Prado from the Eagles. The bench a lot more quiet on the Eagles side than it was during the girls' game. Throw in there by Hamilton. Over to Reed. He'll weave through to meet Nickel. Over to Welsh, to Weaver. Kicked away finally by Nelson. Along the sideline to Weaver. Weaver trying to get it away. Blocks a pass and ends up rolling on top of the ball right in front of the Eagles' Saby. Saby with the toss. Nice side sweep by Callum Wheeler. Back in off the hands of Hamilton. Throws over, trying to make it to Reed. Picked off by the Eagles. The Eagles do a good job of initially getting control of the ball, but they can't seem to make it past that halfway line. Welsh over to Hamilton. Meeting them in the end zone. A blocked shot by the Lander Tigers. Donahue looking like he really wanted to get that back in the net. Joe Hellier with a pass to Reed. Reed with the drop. Bozeman brings it forward, almost loses control. That's picked back up by Joe Hellier. Welsh to Weaver. Weaver working it toward the goal and a kick off the shins of Smith. His defender is trying hard to help get that out of the penalty box. A nice kick there from Joe Hellier, blocked by the Eagles with their player Ailman. Mosman sets up for the corner kick. Eagles making their way to that center line. It's a race against Varela. Tigers working it back to their own 18 yards. Hamilton with the side pass over to Joe Hellier. Nabbed by the Eagles. Donahue's going to give it some gas, flip it around, and make it back to Joe Hellier with a shot on goal stopped by Smith. He'll return that with a drop kick out about 45 yards. Throw in from Lander. Hellier with a pass over to Welsh. Welsh back to the middle. Reed's going to chase that down, trying to keep it from going out of the sideline. Hooks back around, trying to find Weaver. Weaver in and goal. The goalkeep for the Eagles smashing his hands down into the grass. Needed about another half length to get there. Subbing in for the Eagles, it looks like going out, we have Lalaton and Nebeker. So we'll see some new faces. Back to the center circle. Hill will drop back. Meets up with Varela. Back to the outer sideline. On your screen of view here. Lander will nab it away. Back to Joe Hellier. He overshot Nickel by about 4 or 5 feet. Out on Lyman. Nickel telling Reed to get down. Head downfield a bit. Back to Joe Hellier. Keeping that triangle formation in the middle of the field. They're able to keep control with the Tigers. While rushing in, there was a foul. I think that'll be on Donahue. That free kick hitting midfield, meeting up with Portis Prado. Varela kicks it deep, meeting the 18-yard line. Soft side kick to get control back to Hamilton by the Tigers. Sabie will get a foot on it, turning the tide. kick that had good intentions, but didn't quite get him a point. That was Saby from the Eagles of Lyman. That goal kick coming out. Being a keeper for the Tigers right now doesn't exactly give you a whole lot of action. Nonetheless, he still charges out as they come forward, narrowing down those angles and making sure that they cannot score. Back to Joe Hellier. Over to Reed. He'll kick it deep, helping to meet up with Joe Hellier. That'll be nabbed by Smith. Can't tell if it's a parent or if it's another teammate, but someone's yelling, "Hurry, hustle," outside. Meeting up with Loham. Trying to find an out against the Eagles. They'll get it back in their control. Although when they do get control, it seems like they're a little slow to change direction. They try to scope it out a little bit first, and that might be where Lander has a slight advantage. Varela trying to block that. The keeper for Lyman will take that out. Smith with a booming kick to about midfield. That'll be caught as it crosses the sideline. Hamilton in control of the ball. Passes along to Joe Hellier. Hellier tries to make it to Reed, and he gets picked off by the Eagles. Portis Prado right on top of him when they try to do that across move. Brought in again by Caleb Smith. Now have to start using first names. They subbed in either siblings or two people that have very similar last names. Weaver making his way down the field. Almost picked off. It looks like for a second the ref wanted to blow that, but thought twice before he got it out. Joe Hellier tried to make that across. Instead, the ball was deflected across the sideline. The sun really peeking through the clouds now. Makes for a pretty scene, but I can imagine it's hard to see those on the outer side of the field. Reed, unaware that he had Portis Prado at his heels. A nice kick made. However, it did not find the back of the net. That was by Welsh. Coming in with the goal kick, Carter Smith. Makes it about 15 yards. Dropping it back. Joe Hellier is going to follow that out. With a toss in. Goes back to Reed. With a drop back, he makes his way back to Loham. Weaver speeding up to meet it in the penalty range. Not going to make it, however. He got a mini goal, though. Does that count? Great hustle on the part of Weaver. He's always the one you can expect to see coming around the wing, ready to score as soon as the ball gets there. There's going to be a corner kick for the Tigers. That was a boot in from Bozeman. Carter Smith for the Eagles. He'll make sure that makes its way back out to center circle. It's a struggle for power right now. There's no team that's more dominant of the ball. Great move by the ref, hopping over the ball as it went between his legs. Callum Wheeler, looks like he's on mostly defensive measures at the moment. Joe Hellier over to Welsh. Welsh kicking it over to Weaver, who will juke in front of Hill from the Eagles. Speeding up to keep it in bounds. Joe Hellier goes to attempt a kick, goes over those goalposts. Passing that goal line means it's back to Carter Smith. He'll bring that in with a kick. Meets Weaver, much to his demise. Weaver getting the 11th score for the Tigers. Just a few seconds left in this part of the game. This is only the first half of play, folks. Score right now, 11-0 in favor of the Lander Valley Tigers. You're still seeing a lot of hustle out of the Eagles, however. Now, as a reminder from last game, this is only their first varsity year of soccer. The horn will sound, and that marks the end of this first half of play. So far, it's a ball game for the Tigers. And I have to give it to the Eagles for sticking with it, and they just keep going, and their sidelines keep cheering. So we'll see what they come up with in the second half of play. You're hanging out with WyoToday.com, live here at Bill Bush Stadium with Lander Valley Tigers Soccer.
Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's go.
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for two, Tuesday through Thursdays, now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School Soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers! Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at.
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good. Let's go
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
to Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for two, Tuesday through Thursdays, now through April 8th.
Here with the halftime show here at Bill Bush Stadium with WyoToday.com. Streaming live this soccer game. Right now, we're watching the Lander Valley Tigers face off against the Lyman Eagles. The boys so far had a great start to the game. This match, well, it's a little uneven at the moment. The Tigers lead 11-0 against the I try to see saying St. Stephen's. They are also the Eagles, but this is the Lyman Eagles boys soccer team. Now, lots of substitutions going on with the Lander team so far. I think they're just trying to get some play time for most of their boys. Lots of scores. Well, obviously with the 11-0, but it started with 36 minutes left in the half, and they've scored all the way down to the last several minutes. So let's see, Mosman, Reed, Donahue, Weaver, Loham, and Reed. So, kind of timing out with a couple of the different scorers on this team. So we'll see how the second half goes. I'm curious to see if Lander chooses to stay offense heavy, and also to see if Lyman starts to adjust to some of the moves and speed of the Lander team. If you take a look at it, Joe Hellier was coming around very fast. So was Jaden Elliott. So commend them for their speed. And as always, Matisse Weaver comes around, just a force to be reckoned with when he's within that penalty box. We're going to head back to some of your sports sponsors. Make sure you're supporting these places. We also want to say thanks to Lander Labs, Lander Medical Clinic, and Hello the House. They are jumping on as sponsors of your local Lander Valley Tigers as well.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Almost cut off that ad there. Hey, welcome back to the halftime show. About a minute 30 left, and we're going to be rejoining the second half of play. The Lander Valley boys so far, very offense forward. I have to say, their keeper, Calvert, has not seen a whole lot of action this game. But, the Eagles for Lyman still keeping that energy up, and their crowd's still pumping them up too. So I'm curious to see if they come back with that pep in their step, some fire. Saw one of them skipping just now. Looks like they're going to keep their original starters. They'll make their way to the field. Refs having their last little meeting here. This is where you see that game slow down a little bit, where, you know, if you're sitting 11 ahead, you're gonna slow down. You're gonna focus on some of your technique, and also you'll see some of those players be substituted that maybe haven't had a whole lot of play time. Now, when I first talked to Coach Schaff, we chatted a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what positions or what players playing?" And he says, "You know, they're gonna skip around a lot, and they won't just be in one position." So. It's been fun for me to watch. Lander right now running what looks like a 4-3-3. The Eagles getting a control on the ball, losing it quickly to Lander. It's a battle for the pass that heads on over to Blue Mill. Mosen with that control by the sideline, passing it off. I've used binoculars these last two soccer games than I think I have in my entire life. So you'll hear me hit the microphone with my binoculars every once in a while. Carter Smith with a roll on the ball. I'm kidding, that wasn't him putting it in play, obviously. A well-placed kick that was meant to meet several of the forwards of the Eagles line ends up in the hands of Lander. Coming back to Callum Wheeler, who kicks it up and over, meeting Weaver. Reed with control. He struggled to keep his balance and control of the ball. Weaver coming over to meet Nickel. Nickel passes it back to the center. Weaver with a deep kick, blocked. Oh, you could hear that one from here. That was 24 on the opposing team, Nebeker. You can hear his sidelines going wild right now. Weaver coming back. He pulled away, I think, to avoid a penalty on that kick that would have hit the waist of Nebeker. A miss from Reed, a kick in, and another score for the Lander Valley Tigers. This time, coming off the foot, looks like of Nickel. They'll jog it out. Oh, there you go. Look at them go. The Eagles still have a cheering section, whipping off a Go Big Blue as they get settled into the center circle, if I could talk. Looks like it gave him some fire, too. Nickel with a drop pass back. Callum Wheeler going to send that forward. It'll meet Weaver. Bringing it into the side. Weaver with the kick, about a foot too far to the right to end up with a score for the Tigers. Currently sitting at 12-0 in favor of the Lander Valley Tigers. It's great to see that on the scoreboard if you're the home team, but you're trying to catch up if you're the away team. A kick to the center line. McLean Hellier off to the sideline. Taken back by the Eagles. Bluemel can't seem to get his foot on it as it passes by him a couple times. Pass over to Nickel. Reed finding the ball in the center of all the attention. A shot on goal stopped. Carter Smith, both hands on. There were one person that's possibly more on their guard than anyone else. It's Carter Smith. Sunshine's starting to disappear behind the mountains here in Lander. Gorgeous day, gorgeous stadium. Not quite as warm as Friday's game. Callum Wheeler with a pass over to Hellier. Joe's going to take it on to Weaver. Weaver with a great move with his ankle. Kicked it behind his other leg. Was able to evade the Eagles. Gets nabbed away by Varela. It's a race. Right now, Jaden Brown running down the field, trying to take control of the ball, gets kicked out by Loham of the Lander Valley Tigers. Similarly to last game, I think it's Laird? They switched out goalies again, which they also did on Friday. Reed's going to take control of the ball. Kicking it sharply through midfield. A nice maneuver on behalf of the Lander Valley Tigers. However, Donahue not able to find those goalposts. Moving slowly. The Eagles' Nelson will take it for the goal kick. Ends up with Saby. That's missed. Thrown back in by Joe Hellier. Weaver will take a bump to the back. It'll get blown. He kind of shrugged it off for a second, thinking the penalty was on him, I believe. He'll take the free kick. Met with a head. And kicked out of bounds by the Eagles. Back in the hands of Joe Wheeler. Excuse me, Joe Hellier. I was looking at my spotting board here. Looked at one box and said the last name of another. Oh, it's a race right now. As he headed to the ground, Varela looks like he took the soccer ball to the face. Moving it forward, getting ready for the kick. We've got Saby. Met with a head by Callum Wheeler. There's the right person. Pretty hefty bump near the sideline. That'll be a throw-in for Lander off of McLean Hellier. There's a 20-yard kick from Wheeler. However, it'll be blown dead by the ref. Movement heading in favor of Lander. Picked off again. It's a back and forth between Saby from the Eagles and some of the midfielders for Lander. Reed in control of the ball, goes for a shot, blocked out by, is it Carter Smith? Carter Smith. Not to be confused with Caleb Smith. A swipe at the ball. I'm seeing some newfound fire behind the movement of the Eagles. Racing to get to the ball. Nickel. Substitution. Weaver heading out. Coming in for Weaver. Loham. Weaver running quite a bit. Ball making its way to Nickel. Nickel to the middle of the field. Over to Loham. Loham back to Mosman. Nickel now in control, loses it. Ends up back in the hands of the Eagles, almost swiped away. Lots of cheers, the ball will go out. We have a well-placed sun to make it to where you can't see a whole heck of a lot. Luckily on our screen you can still see. You can also see our wonderful sponsors on the bottom of the screen there, so make sure you thank those businesses. Go shop there. They're supporting your kids, they're supporting your neighbors, your friends and family. Lander goalkeep, getting a hand on it. Laird with a huck about 40 yards out. Not quite 40, more like 30. A nice controlled pass, making its way back into the hands of the Eagles. Nickel gonna juke around Varela. Meeting up with that 18-yard line is Reed. He'll kick it past Smith for the 13th goal of this match. You know, it's smart on behalf of Lander, and maybe it's for the sake of practice, or maybe it's the sake of having a fresh keeper, but that switch out at halftime really seemed to do them well with the Jackson game on Friday. Although they did suffer a loss, it seemed like it was a very tactical move. Substitution out. Looks like going out for the Eagles was Green. Reed with a knee, sending it back to Nickel. Nickel will be met up by several members of the Eagles team. Shot on goal, not through. Went through by Donahue, was caught by Smith. They'll be kicked out of the sideline. Bringing it back in, Joe Hellier. Scoping out his options. About 29 minutes left in this match. This is the second half of play. Tigers lead against the Lyman Eagles 13-0. Joe Hellier taking his time. Varela getting a foot on it. Reed getting that control back. Almost a shot on goal that could have ended badly for Carter Smith, but he ran forward, charging forward to narrow down those angles. It makes it a lot less easy for the opponent to score. You have a chance to cut him off. I believe that's Welsh on the field. Helping with that triangle formation. Back from Loham to Welsh. He drops that pass back. Breaking part of the Eagles formation there. It's going to be stolen away. Nelson with control. Fighting for that, but giving it right back to the Tigers, who will give it the boot out on Welsh past that goal line. .28 minutes left in the last half of play. Eagles not giving up yet. A boot that'll go off the shoulder of the Tigers. Silas Wheeler. Tyler Laird hanging up back toward the goal line. Nickel with a stop on the forward motion of the Eagles. Back over to Welsh. He'll kick it to the side. Varela fires it long, and it'll be deflected past Laird. That'll be a corner kick coming in from Sabi. Probably have about another 5 or 6 minutes of sunshine left. High pressure, and that will yield a penalty. They'll line up for that indirect kick. You can't do that inside of the penalty box. Up and over through the goalpost and past the snowdrift. Leads to a no score for Varela. Heading out for Lyman. Thomas will take the seat. Coming in for him. Looks like Hill will be back in the game. Hellier into Loham. Loham over to Welsh. Going across the center circle. Speeding up to match the ball. Who's going to get there first? Keeper gets a foot on it, but then it was up to the defensive line to keep it out of the penalty box. Scary moment for the Eagles, but what a time to rally. Booming kick across the field by Carter Smith. Says, get it out of here. Gonna see what temperature we're at real quick. Some substitutions. Weaver coming back in. Having McLean Hellier take a seat. Also heading for the bench, Joe Hellier. That was almost a catch of a person. Welsh moving quickly. Taking that dribble into the penalty box. A nice block. I believe that was by, that's got to be Caleb Smith that got that block. Dropping down in temperature as the sun begins to set. It's sitting at 38 degrees here at Bill Bush Stadium in Lander. It's the second game we've seen here. Lander played against Jackson on Friday. Moving with the ball for a shot on goal. Unsuccessful, but Silas Wheeler certainly making him know that he wants the back of that net. "23 minutes left in the second half of play. The Tigers lead against Lyman 13-0. The goal kick comes from Sabi. Sabi with a kick to midfield. Ends up back in control of the Tigers. Welsh has the ball. Kicking it down to the wing. It'll roll out of the goal line. Being fished out of the snowdrift by Silas Wheeler. Carter giving up his goal kick. That'll instead go to Nelson. Heading out for the Eagles is Smith. Looks like replacing him was Green. Weaver with a nice diversion there. Welsh getting the ball around the ref. Back to Weaver. They're going to blow the whistle. Looks like on Lalatin of Lyman. Weaver's going to get the free kick. Up and over. He shoots for the stars and doesn't quite reach those white goal posts. slow movement, but they're quick to get it out of the penalty box. Woof, that was a bit of a bump there. A little bit of a collision. Giving the free kick to Lander. Mosman will get that back in play. Met up in the wing against 4 Eagles. Silas Wheeler was trying to get it out of there. A running drop kick by Smith in the game. And out of the sideline, chased down by Weaver. Zachary Bigman moving forward to take control. Varela instead getting it away from him. Back to Welsh. Will move dangerously close to that 18-yard line. Passing it over to Silas. Silas Wheeler with the kick in. And a shot on goal. Goalkeeper couldn't get a hand on it. However, it was about a foot too far. Shot taken by Ayers. I also have to keep track of which Ayers. So we have several similar last names. We have 2 Helliers, 2 Wheelers, 2 Ayers, and 2 Elliots. If they ever wanted to prank me for April Fools, they could put all of them in at once. I'm kidding. The Eagles taking control, kicking it downfield for the first time in about 10 minutes. They've made it back to the Tigers' defensive zone. Quickly recovered by the Tigers. Connor Ayers going down that sideline. The Eagles trying to keep it out of that goal zone. But you know, although Lander is 13 points up, the crowd was still super disappointed when that didn't go in. You saw them all go, ah! It's good to see sports happening again. We talked about this a little bit last game, but this field has not been used as much as it probably would have with the whole pandemic thing. But now here we are, watching live soccer. We'll also be here Thursday. The game is here in Lander. However, if you would like, you can also watch on wyotoday.com, live streamed on both YouTube and on Facebook. I also want to thank our camera guy sitting outside where it's a little chillier, Kirk Baxter. He is the OG. I have offered him coffee several times and he has declined. Corner kick in from Lander. Mid-air boot by the Eagles. I'll tell you, one person on this team that does not run out of energy is Saby. He meets up with Brown. Brown over to Lalatin. He's going to make his way. Weaver tight on his heels. Brown struggling to get that ball back. Weaver will end up on the ground. Back in control by Loham. Weaver taking that. Giving a pass over to Welsh. Welsh across the center circle. He'll do a long pass over to Silas Wheeler, I believe. I lied. That was Carter Ayers. He must have snuck in on me. Several players coming in for the Eagles. For the first time, we're seeing Gene Nelson, number 16. Who else snuck in on me? Creeping on with my binoculars here. A throw in by Nelson. Weaver in control. Passing it over to Silas. Chasing it down will be Carter Ayers. Back in, under control by Welsh. Picked off by the Eagles. Blumel getting a foot on it in between the legs of the Tigers. It's almost a newfound fire by some of the Eagles players. currently. Lalaton taking it downfield, right along the sideline, getting blocked out by Weaver. He'll do the toss in. That goes to Welsh. He'll shoulder it. Silas over to the middle. That'll be blocked out. Whistles will blow for a penalty. The ref will chat with someone. No paper coming out quite yet. You can see Coach Schaff talking to him after that, giving him some advice. Varela with control of the ball. Taking it over to Lalaton. Getting taken over by Loham. Over to Welsh. Drops back to the Tigers. Playing some kickball with the defense. Kick that makes it to midfield. Some great footwork by the Tigers. Welsh with a kick. It'll be blocked out by Carter Smith. It's officially gone. No more sunlight. The stadium lights are on. Not even a hint of a breeze over there on the flags on the far right of the field. Corner kick for Lander. Coming in with it will be Zachary Bingman. Bingman shoots it to the opposite side of the field. Silas Wheeler with a shot on goal. A little too high for the taste of the net, though. Carter Smith digging through the snow pile, only to find out that someone had already grabbed a spare. Nelson coming out with the goal kick. It was meant to be kicked with precision, but Weaver caught on to snitch that away from Lalaton. Silas Wheeler trying to control the ball. Gets taken away. Making his way down the field, we have some Varela and several other players trying to make a pass. Varela hot on the heels of the midfielders of the Lander Valley Tigers. They're moving with expert speed. A collision in the middle of the field. Walsh looks to see if his opposing member of the Lyman team was okay. Looks like he's all right. Nelson hanging in there. There were several instances in that play where several players had raised their hands and possibly looking for a foul. And now the ball would be blown dead. Free kick coming out by Nelson. Meeting up with it in the center circle was Loham of Lander. That'll go out of the sideline. 12 minutes left to go in this match, folks. The score currently 13-0 in favor of the Lander Valley Tigers. Lots of substitutes coming in. We have Jonas Calvert coming in for Lander. Trying to catch the others here. Looks like we also gained Hamilton back. There was a third. I'm not sure where, but we'll find him, I'm sure. A struggle for control going on. Right by center circle. Loham will kick that out. Toward the goal. Rushing forward. And in for the Lander Valley Tigers. That goal was taken by Carter Ayers. Lander playing keep away. Loham with the ball. Drops it back to Weaver. Chasing that one out of bounds was Carter Ayers. Ten minutes left in the match. Silas Wheeler getting a foot on it. Whistles blow again. Control of the ball almost ends up in the hands of the Eagles. Back to Welsh. Tigers keeping movement. Rolls past one of the Tiger midfielders. Believe that's Laird. Fighting for the ball near the sideline. Laird gives up that throw in to Weaver. Some substitutes switching out. We have a new goalie for the Lyman team. Also coming in for Lander is Beeson. Wheeler with a kick. Over to Laird. Laird loses it back to the Eagles. Taking that control away is Varela. With a nice save against the movement was Nickel. Weaver with a shot to the penalty box. Whistle will blow. Nelson of the Eagles team getting a lot of screams from the audience. Weaver will hit the ball. He'll pass that over. You know, one thing to note since Calvert subbed in, he is much taller than some of the competition. I think it would be safe to assume that if he were to get ahead on something over the competition, he would most likely have the advantage. Heading out for the Lander Valley Tigers is Laird. Subbing in. We have Jaden Elliott. I had to make sure which Elliott it was beforehand. Keeper coming out for the save. Very alert at this point. Very tall boot coming from the new keeper. being chased down by Calvert in the wing. That ball will go past that goal line. The goal kick will come in from Nelson. A little bit of a breeze picking up, blowing that Lander Valley Tigers flag, as it should. A nice save from the keeper. Very solid catch. A pass through Weaver's legs by Varela. Inside the heat zone, we have a shot by Loham. That'll be picked off. Some pressure on the Lander Tigers near the sideline. A little bit of a shove there. That'll get the whistle blown by the ref. Free kick. He'll take that. He'll be picked off by Silas Wheeler. Making great work of their space across the field. The Tigers get it back to Silas Wheeler. Goes to Weaver, who's actually carrying his headband as he makes a shot on goal. Bounced off the goalpost. Looks like from there, Lander will receive a corner kick. Bringing that in will be Loham. Substitutes switching out for the Eagles coming in. Tayden Hill. Tigers, welcome back Zachary Bingman. Silas with a kick over to Weaver, excuse me. They gave me the hardest names possible on the field together. I'm kidding. Varela with a nice save away from Lander. Sabi tries to get a pass over, but the whistle will blow. Free kick to Sabi. Over with a jump kick. Missed out by Nickel. He'll now take control of the ball near the sideline. Silas Wheeler almost tripped over, but keeps control of the ball. Goes through the legs of two defenders. Up and over and not quite to the goal line. He's not seen net yet this game. Stick around for the post-game show. We're about 4 minutes left in this match. We are in the second half of play. 14-0 currently. Lander leading against Lyman. Weaver makes a shot on goal. That'll be stopped off the foot of the keeper. He'll let it fly. And right back at you with Mosman getting a heel on that. Silas Wheeler with a short, precise pass over to Loham. Flag will go up. Looks like it'll be a free kick. Put back into play by Nebeker. Coming in for the Tigers, we have back McLean Hellier. Coming back for the Eagles, we have Traven Olis back. Silas Wheeler drops back a pass. That'll meet with Mosman. Pass now to Beeson Otis, A missed kick from Lander. He said, give it back to me. Almost didn't expect it when he got it back. A rush to the ball. Jaden Elliott. 2 minutes left in this second half of play. Sky has turned a pale blue. Almost telling us, hey, it's getting cold outside. A kick to center circle puts this ball back in play. Now in the hands of McLean Hellier. A pass up to Calvert. He'll make his way through the defense. Take it over to the goal. Getting inside the 18. And he scores! Jonas Calvert with his first goal of the season. You got to get all the back pats from your team by then. He's like, I got to adjust my socks now. That was a good goal. He'll be subbed out. No doubt going to get some back pats as he reaches that sideline. Back in for some more action is Joe Hellier. 1:40 left. Lander sitting at about a cool 38 degrees. Going to get about 25 tonight, so only going to get a little cooler as we wrap up this game tonight. You know, I've said this several times throughout this match and even through the last one, but this is Lyman's first varsity year of soccer. He's had a program for about 3 years, I think I overheard. But you have to give it to him. When you're 15 points down and 1:11 left in the game, you're still giving it your all. Great control by McLean Hellier. Keeping their formation strong. Beeson drops that pass back to Mosman. Mosman jukes on Nelson. Silas Wheeler through the center circle. Beeson and Wheeler working together to try to get past Tayden Hill. They'll default back to Laird. Soft little keeper tap, keeping it out of that 18-yard zone. And a return by Nebeker. That is the end of the game horn. Final score from Bill Bush Stadium. We have Lander Valley Tigers 15, and then against Lyman 0. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with your Click It or Ticket post-game show. Plenty of stuff to wrap up. It's been a good day for the Lander Valley Tigers and a learning day for the Eagles. So we'll talk about this. We'll award our player of the game. That'll hear on yotoday.com.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at
white truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good. Let's
truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for two Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
And we're back here on wyotoday.com. Huge thanks to Kirk for coming down. He actually lives in Lander, so we're just down the hill from his place. But thanks for helping with the camera today. And folks, what a ball game. High-scoring game. Insane amount of activity. It comes out really hot the first half of the game. Both teams run into the point of almost exhaustion. So great jobs to both teams. As we said with some previous comments in the game, Lyman hasn't been a varsity soccer team for very long, and so for them to come out and, they brought the flags, they brought the tent, they brought the cheering section, so huge congrats to them for the effort that they put out today. But Lander Valley Tigers going home with the win. It's always good when you get a win on your second game of the season. I would recap all the scores, but there's a ton, and we don't have a whole lot of time. So, Reed, Mosman, Donahue, a lot of folks got their foot on a ball that ended up in a net today. So huge shout out to all of the hard work from the varsity boys. Today, our player of the game, oh man, this one's actually really tough. Today, I think I'm going to give it to Reed. So he went throughout the game, Parker Reed. He got his foot on a ball and ended up getting a lot of scores as a result, but also happened to keep very good defense, got a bunch of good blocks in. So our player of the game for wyotoday.com going to Parker Reed. The game's coming up on Thursday. No JV games. Games will be taking place at 3 and then again at 5. Of course, we'll be there too. So if you don't feel like heading on down to Bill Bush Stadium, which I encourage, it's great to see live sports again. But if not, we'll be live right here on wyotoday.com on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you again on Thursday.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience